Hello, I'm Sydney Neely, and it's time for The Shortcut. Coming up on tonight's show, after nearly 3 years, remote working is coming to an end for many people, which can create a bit of tension when we've been so used to working alone. Joining me on The Shortcut to help you navigate tough conversations that might happen at your workplace is unconscious bias expert Kelly Charles Collins. Hi, Kelly.
Hey, Sydney, how are you? It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining us. So to start off, why can conversations be tough, especially in the workplace right now?
Well, what I've found with working, whether it's working with employees, leaders, or speakers, there are some common reasons that people don't want to have the conversations. First of all, people don't even know where to start. Then they don't want to offend anyone. They don't want to say the wrong thing. And they may find out something that they have to do something about. So naturally, that makes them fearful. But what I want people to understand is that when you're engaging in courageous conversations, being fearless is not the absence of fear, but the presence of courage.
And what are some things that can cause friction going back into the workplace?
Oh, this is going to be good. So we know that we have not had face-to-face conversations in forever. So again, it's going to be about where do we start? Where do we start having these conversations? And then second is what I call the post-COVID personal space invasion. Because, Sydney, there's some people who the pandemic's over or they were never doing the pandemic. And then we have our coworkers who are still wearing masks, still have their Lysol, and they want you to stay 6 feet away. And then when we're talking about our supervisors, they're really going to have to do a good job of communicating and managing expectations. It's not business as usual because people have been managing their days, their work schedules, and getting it all done without all of the structure.
How do we broach post-COVID personal space invasion?
Yes. So one of the things I want you to think about is what is the intention of having that conversation, right? So if you're the person who is still wearing a mask, still taking precautions, you want to think about what do you want to say to the person and how do you want to end this conversation, especially around the pandemics. And it can be very divisive. And you also have to remember, Maya Angelou told us, people will never forget what you did. They'll never forget, but what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So it's really important when you're going to have these conversations to make sure that you are paying attention to your intention, your objective, and people's feelings.
That is so true. Great tip.